they have it tough in this movie, Devil in a Blue Dress. What is this from? 1996, 1995?
95, yeah.
Directed by Carl Franklin, based on the novel by Walter Mosley, adapted by Carl Franklin. And I originally
Black.
He's a black man. I was gonna do One False Move, and because they're gonna play it at New Beverly, and I really like that movie, and I like Devil in Blue Dress, and they played them together, and then I watched them back to back, and I was like, Devil in a Blue Dress is so much fucking better. It just blows One False Move out of the water. One False Move he made before that, before Devil in a Blue Dress, and it's good. It's written by Billy Bob Thornton. There's some nasty criminals in that movie. It's a little longer. It feels so much longer. Devil in a Blue Dress just moves. And seeing with an audience, like, I don't think you guys got the same sense of it. There are so many parts in this movie that just made the entire audience crack up, like so fucking hard. Like so hard. Like, there's a scene where Denzel Washington comes to his house and Tom Sizemore's there with the two gangster guys. I mean, yeah, and they're like, where's the girl? Like, where were you? What's going on? And they're like, and there's a part where Tom Sizemore's like, or Denzel says something like, go fetch her yourself, right? And then Tom Sizemore's like, shoot this guy. Then the guy pulls the gun up and Tom Sizemore's like, don't really shoot him. Like, that got a huge laugh. Like, that got the entire theater was just cracking up.
That sounds like a fun audience.
It was
so like a lot of fun people in that theater.
It was a great. It was like there was so much tension in the movie that these little bits were just like killing it. And like when I watched it at home before, I didn't realize that was like a joke or like that funny or like laugh out loud funny.
No, I didn't laugh out loud at all.
Yeah, like I laughed out loud like throughout the entire movie. Like everybody was going nuts.
That's cool.
So this movie
sounds great, man.
What I'm saying is this movie fucking kicks ass.
I liked it a lot.
It's a good movie, yeah.
Definitely drew me in. I thought it was more like I saw like the more noir side of it. I didn't really see any comedy in it at all, but I guess those parts were funny.
I think it's cool that Denzel plays a character that can hit a woman's G-spot. It's nice to watch a movie like it makes the character more relatable to a guy like me. I get to follow, connect with the protagonist a little bit more.
Right. Yeah,
it's just like me.
We know you as someone who's
G-spot.
Yeah, we definitely know you as someone who's able to please his wife.
Yeah.
Or another man's woman, as Denzel does in this film. He fucks Dupree's girl, Carletta.
Martin Luther King's mom.
And she says that
Coretta.
She says that he doesn't fuck her enough, but he loves her. But Denzel bangs her on the sofa, and that's a great scene. That got a huge laugh. That everybody was going crazy.
Yeah,
people love that
when she goes like, "You're hitting my spot."
You're hitting my spot. You hit my spot, and he's like really liking. He's like, "Come on, let's finish." And then she's like, "No, like I feel bad." He's like, "He's asleep."
Yeah, that seems cool.
She's fine as hell too. Nice titties.
Yeah, she did have nice titties. What do you think of the other ladies' bodies in this movie, Mike?
The Daphne has a nice face, but her body's not so great. I mean, she's really, really pretty or whatever.
Is this the lady from Flashdance?
Jennifer Beal. She's in Flashdance and Roger Dodger. Yeah, she's not in a lot of stuff, but she's in this movie. We don't want to spoil the movie, so if you haven't seen it, go watch it. But we should say, like,
since when are we not spoiling the movies?
Well, I'm just letting the audience know.
Okay.
But I'm just saying, like, the twist with her that she's part black, because they keep going, there's a white lady, and then you see her like that. She looks kind of black. Like, I think she's black. Like, I couldn't remember. Here's the thing. Like I said, I saw the movie for a second time. I couldn't remember if I knew the twist. But I knew the twist. You know what I mean? I was like, so I couldn't, like, were you surprised at the end of the movie when it was like, she's part black?
No, she looks like a light-skinned Kamala Harris. I definitely sense
she looked like Kamala.
Yeah.
Now, that's according to this movie, that's a humongous political scandal because one of the mayoral candidates was dating her, but his family was like, she's part black, you can't be with her. She's like
Yeah.
Creole or whatever. And then the other mayoral candidate, spoiler alert, we find out that he's a child molester and they have photos of him fucking children.
He has a young Latino adopted son.
When does this movie
that he
take place?
kisses?
1948.
So what? We're just been run by America's just been run by pedophiles the entire time. It's been
Well, he doesn't win the election, Adam.
Oh, good, yeah. Fine. That's why this is a fiction. You know what I'm saying, fellas?
He has no power. He's clearly has no power.
This is the only time that a politician that's a pedophile hasn't won the election.
Now, well, what about Hillary Clinton? She lost her election.
But to another pedophile.
You see,
it's an illusion of choice. You get to pick which pedophile is your favorite pedophile. You know what I mean?
That's. Do you think Donald Trump has ever been with a black woman? That would be a career-ending scandal.
I bet he makes such sweet love.
I don't think so. I don't know about that.
The Don. I bet he's very tender.
Like Hulk Hogan. Do you think? Oh, I would love like Bubba the Love Sponge recorded Donald Trump fucking black woman in his house, and everybody's like, "What?
Scandalous!"
Why didn't Bubba do that to Hulkster?
Because he fucked his wife.
No, but that was
they set him up, right?
No, but like Bubba is they have an open thing. So like
Bubba's a snake, I believe.
Bubba.
Right? He set up
because the Love Sponge not be a good, trustworthy guy.
I think the wife knew the camera was there.
Well, why are they trying to get the Hulkster? He's not sponge-like enough.
Nobody likes
opposite bodies. You know what I mean? Like a sponge, and then
I think he might have been a drug addict.
Like Bubba,
Bubba, I think he was a pillhead.
Probably. Was he also a pro wrestler?
He was a radio DJ.
DJ from where I grew up in Tampa Bay. The Power Pig is 93.3 The Power Pig, I think, was the radio station he was on.
He got fired because he cut off a pig's testicles in a live barbecue, and then Howard Stern hired him. He was one of the original Sirius XM Howard Stern hires. Because on his channel, he had him and
thank God for Howard.
I forget the guy that talks like this. That guy was the sports guy who was a degenerate gambler. So he had all these degenerate people to compete on his channel, to compete with Opie and Anthony in their XM army. But we don't need to get into the radio wars of the early 2000s.
That reminds me of the racial dynamics of 1940s America.
South Central LA. The whole movie takes place in beautiful South Central LA. And it's after the war. All these people from Texas are coming. It's the Great Migration. They're working in jobs, and Denzel gets fired at the beginning. And I'm going to say this: Denzel Washington is a good actor. I don't know if anyone is willing to go on the record, but when he gets fired from his job, like you feel bad for him, and he feels vulnerable, not like a bitch way, but like as a decent person, and you're just like, wow, look at this guy act.
He's trying to he's like has like dignity and shit.
Yeah.
What's that like?
What's this? And I didn't listen to the whole commentary. I just started before this podcast like 20, 30 minutes ago. And it's a really good commentary. The director is a smart guy, but he said Denzel Washington is kind of method. And one thing he'll do, he'll get his costume a month before the shoot and he'll walk around in it to get used to the clothing and stuff.
Oh, that's cool. I never heard of that. An actor doing that before.
He does have like a strut, like a particular strut he had in this movie that he also had in Malcolm X.
You got to break the costume in to be able to strut like that.
And when you think about it, it's like, oh yeah, he also always looks good in his costume. He's not just like an idiot showing up. Like
he's pretty hunky in this, I gotta say. I didn't think he reached this level of hunkiness.
You didn't think he was a hunk?
I didn't ever picture him as a hunk before. In this movie, I was like, this is a fucking hunk.
Those nice big arms with the tats, the wife beater with the suspenders. That's a good look.
He's got the peck line. That's a tough thing to get. got to be really doing push-ups and shit for that. He's working hard for his body, and it
He had to get in
shows.
shape. He said also he would wake up at 5 a.m., work out an hour before makeup. And that when he first started, he was like overweight.
When he
So
first started the movie.
Yeah. So he was like out of shape. So you have to
That's
get,
cool.
he's getting in shape like the whole time. And like, he probably is working his arms out before he's into like his fucking wife beater and suspenders and
Oh yeah,
looking all cool and everything. Like,
he's getting
Maybe
what
he had-
Arnold would refer to as the pump. He's getting
Yeah.
the pump beforehand.
yes,
that's what they
the
do.
penis
Like,
pump.
they pump their penis before every scene so they look really good. That's like Wolverine. He said sometimes he would just be holding a weight off screen, but like his arm would be flexing and he's like he's literally holding a weight so his veins are popping and everything.
That's a very important part of acting, is looking as jacked as possible. It's like
Yes.
something you learn at Juilliard.
And they do steroids, right? I mean,
No. Stallone? That guy? No way.
He's all natural.
Christian Bale, he got jacked really way too quickly for Batman.
Fucking Rick Moranis and Honey I Shrunk the Kids. That guy's roided out.
Yeah,
And fucking Spaceballs, that helmet.
that's a big ass helmet.
Do
I
you
heard
think
steroids shrink your helmet. Actually,
your helmet? I heard they shrink your testicles.
That's my understanding.
oh,
Yeah,
that's what I meant.
you stop creating testosterone. So yeah, your balls shrink, which is where testosterone is made.
Like Barry Bonds. That's what I heard about Barry Bonds.
But
It
hey,
is
who
tiny
needs
balls.
them, guys? Who needs these big balls?
I don't.
Yeah, I don't either.
I
What,
need
what,
to
what
sh-
do
I
you
can
need them for?
shrink them down a little bit. Let's
You
just
think
cut
this
them off, Bubba the Love Sponge style.
You think
Probably-
this body's natural? I'm
It's probably
fucking
easier
jacked.
That's
to.
true.
I'm jacked to the max.
It's a lot easier to booyah a girl if you got small balls.
Oh, true. That's a good
So,
way to look at it, Mike.
That's
You don't want to booyah a girl and have her go like, "Did you stick your balls in?" Like
Is it in yet? Are they in yet?
a swish. Or she has
Yeah,
a very
nothing
loose
but net.
asshole. You want a little tension. You want the balls to go down and then lock in like a railroad hitch or whatever.
Yeah, well, you
For
got to have that
two
pop
trains.
when you pull them out.
Yeah. So, what other characters we got in this movie? We got Don Cheadle as Mouse. Now, this is one of the all-time great supporting characters. This guy, he's a loose cannon. He's crazy. He says his name is Mouse,
Yeah,
but he's tough. He has 2 guns.
he's a little reckless with firearms, and I don't like that. I think that's not right.
Mike, what kind of guns does Mouse have?
He carries like a pocket pistol. One of them, one of the first automatic pistols with no hammer.
In the back of his pants.
Yes, and then the other gun that he has that's the more interesting gun is that Webley revolver that he has. That's basically the gun that the British Army used from the late 1800s all the way up till 1965. That was like their Western pistol that they kept using through World War II. You also recognize
It's a giant gun. It's a gigantic gun.
The other movie that you recognize that gun from is that's the gun that Gary Oldman got killed with at the end of The Firm.
Oh,
Nice
okay.
work.
It's a British
England.
Army gun, but which is why I don't know why they decided to use that gun in this movie.
Well,
I mean, it's from the time, definitely, but it's just weird that they put a British gun into this American movie.
Hold on, but don't forget Denzel was a war veteran. Maybe Mouse is too. Maybe he was in England. Maybe he got in Europe.
Like a trophy pistol or something. That's possible.
The other gun that he pulled out, it looked like modern. I thought.
Yeah, I gotta remember the exact name of that gun, but yeah, that was one of the first hammerless pistols. That other one we're talking about is the Colt Model 1903 pocket hammerless. That was the other gun he carries, and yeah, it's definitely a gun of note. It's like it's like what you would call a Saturday night special. It's like one of the first Saturday night specials. Small caliber, not super powerful, but cool.
Yeah, he's a loose cannon. He's always shooting people. He'll put a gun away and then pull out the other one and shoot a guy. He's causing all sorts of problems, but he's a really good helper for Denzel. But it also goes to show you that in this situation he's in, where this is what always happens in a film noir. You get hired as a detective, like, hey, like this guy needs help finding his girlfriend. And then later on, you find out the person you thought hired you actually didn't hire you. That happens in Chinatown. That
That would be really exhausting if that was happening at your job. You're just always fucking getting like tricked by the people who hire you. You know what I'm saying?
As long as they pay, who gives a shit? Give me that $100.
No, they're trying to like entrap you in a crime the whole time.
I think you would find out pretty quickly. And also, like, if you're like, all right, it's your first day at McDonald's. So what you're going to do is you're going to take this camera and you're going to go to this hotel and there's a hole in the wall and I need you to record. This is so random, but you got to record Bill Clinton getting a blowjob from a 3-year-old. Now, look, this is what we do at the McDonald's Corporation. It's just, videography, blackmail, that kind of. Okay, now here's your flight. You're going on to the Caribbean. You got a
small island, privately owned.
Next thing you know, you're like in all sorts of trouble. People are chasing you. You're at like the McDonald's headquarters. You're like, you guys hired me. They're like, never. You didn't work at a McDonald's. What are you talking about? But yeah, that happens in Chinatown. And I can't remember anything else that happens in. But if you know, hit us up on Twitter and go, it happened in the Big Sleep, maybe, or
in your little wiener nerdy voice.
Big Lebowski.
Tell us about it.
That actually happened in The Long Goodbye.
This is a guy who also has tiny balls, but not from steroids.
I need steroids for my brain so I can watch more movies.
Oh, that's cool. That's a cool idea. Shrink it so you have more room in your skull, you mean?
I need steroids for my ass so I can take bigger dumps.
Yeah, I think that's how it works.
For the World Dump Competition.
That's
at the Olympics.
Dude, keep training. You're going to get there. It's cool. It's like Cool Runnings, but it's like 6 or 4 Jamaican guys that are just trying to take giant dumps in a toilet. John Candy's like, I was in the Olympics for this 20 years ago. And it is believable because he's a big fat guy. You know what I'm saying?
I get it. I get that reference.
Yeah.
Disney, Cuba Gooding Jr., whoever else.
Oh, wait. William has never seen Cool Runnings. Never mind. I thought he was a movie lover.
My high school football coach made us watch that movie. And it was funny because he clearly recorded it off of TV. And it was all like kind of blurry, like before they would do when you try to record something off of that you're not supposed to record, and it was all fucked up. We still watched it.
He pointed a camera at the TV. Oh no, you're saying he recorded it on a VCR from the
Yes, yeah. He put like a VHS tape into a VCR, and if I remember correctly, they made it so you couldn't do that somehow, and clearly this guy did not know that about technology at all.
Anything it takes to win,
Exactly.
A Cool Runnings VHS tape would probably set you back $15, so you better just record that on TV.
And they're losers. Why are you showing us a movie about losers?
That's true. They don't win. Maybe he was showing it to you because he was like, "These guys are going to lose, but I'm going to show them how to lose with dignity."
Yeah, I think that was closer to the idea. Yes.
Nice.
Yeah, what he should have showed you was Personal Best, right? Huh? Robert Towne, that movie, The Lesbian Runners. That's a great movie for high school kids. Mariel Hemingway just having tons of lesbian sex.
For real?
Yeah.
You see it?
Yeah, and she talks like this the whole time, like, oh, you're so hot, pretty. But yeah, that's a pretty good movie. There's so many great Olympic films out there. Cool Runnings, Personal Best. If you know any more, hit us up on Twitter. Just fucking comment.
It's Chariots of Fire. Chariots of Fire, an Olympic movie.
Chariots of Fire. I still haven't seen that one. I gotta watch it. It's got that great song.
It's like about running or some shit. I don't know. I never watched it. My father liked it.
Yeah, a lot of those 80s Oscar movies no one talks about anymore. Like they win and then they're like Driving Miss Daisy. It's like, who fucking cares?
The movie blew my
Now,
fucking mind about race relations. I saw that shit and I was like, what?
Jessica
This is,
Tandy.
yeah. I was like, she is fine as hell, dude.
Damn, she fucks Morgan Freeman in that movie.
Does
Come on,
she?
Miss Daisy. Come on. You're hitting my spot. You're hitting my spot. Dan Aykroyd videotaping it. There's another character in Devil in a Blue Dress we haven't talked about, Tom Sizemore. Now
He is great in this.
This is one of his best performances. He's definitely this is a rare sober Tom Sizemore performance right before everything fell apart. But he had a good run in the mid to late 90s. He's in this, Saving Private Ryan, Heat.
What's his best non-sober performance though?
Natural Born Killers.
He might have been not sober on that movie. Apparently, no one was sober making that movie.
Didn't look like it. What about Rodney Dangerfield? He was sober as a judge.
He smoked weed all the time.
No, I thought he was into Speedballs until like his 70s.
No, I think he smoked weed.
No, he was a big weed guy. That's what Bob Saget used to always say. And then his balls would hang out.
Nice.
He would wear a robe.
Steroids. He needed to take some steroids, shrink him up.
Suck him back in.
Yeah. You could actually push them into your body cavity if you guys want to try that. If you try that at home, fellas.
I thought that was normal. My whole thing retracts into my body when not in use. I thought that the whole deal. I thought that was normal. I got an innie, not an outie. I thought that was okay.
It'd be so cool if you had a buddy that did that, and then you could just fuck his little innie wiener, and it wouldn't be gay because it's kind of like a pussy. You know what I'm saying, guys?
That sounds like a form of docking.
It sounds like a M Butterfly situation.
Yeah, you could say so.
And M Butterfly, the guy would fuck his partner's ball sack and penis wrapped into a hole.
No,
that's a pretty good solution.
Apparently, that's what really happened. Tom
they didn't know about buttholes. Is that?
He was tricking him.
That's gay.
Oh, it's about a trick.
Oh, it's a trick.
The guy's getting M Butterfly is getting tricked, or is he? That's the trickster.
No, the Frenchman Jeremy Irons has no idea that he's with a man, and he's married to this guy for like 7 years.
That's pretty hot.
But like you don't know if he's in denial or not. It's a weird movie.
We've all been there, guys.
You just stick it in, and who cares?
Yeah.
As long as it's moist and there's a little heat in there, whatever.
Yeah. I applaud their ingenuity for coming up with. I applaud M Butterfly's ingenuity for coming up with the penis and balls mushed together.
This is before you get a post-op transsexual. They're making the best of a weird situation.
Yeah.
Also, people were sexually inexperienced more in the past. Like, there's a famous story of a guy, I forget when, maybe like 18th century or something, and like on his wedding night, he was like a rich guy. On his wedding night, he had never seen pubic hair on a woman before because all paintings would never paint the pubes, and it like freaked him out.
Who is this?
It's some famous story of like some like famous aristocrat back in like hundreds of years ago.
Ew, a hairy pussy. That's disgusting. Oh.
He ran away. He was scared.
That was like a Victorian ghost story.
Yeah, like a Victorian guy.
Yeah.
I feel like hairy pussies are making a comeback.
I'm down.
They've been around. They've made a comeback like for a long time.
Okay, fair enough.
There was a good 10-year period where like everybody was just clean shaved. No one.
Yeah.
There was no pubes.
I like that.
It was after 9/11. People weren't thinking straight.
Well, it was new. It's exciting.
Yeah. But I always felt like it was too much when it was completely, it felt a little too smooth, if you ask me.
It's easier to eat it when it's not hairy, in my opinion.
That's true.
I prefer.
But then they have like razor burn and shit.
I don't care how it looks.
I do.
You don't care how it looks, but you want it shaved just to eat it. Okay, okay.
He just is about the job.
I'm about texture. About the texture of it is what's
okay.
more important.
You're a texture guy.
The feel. They're all ugly, so it's not like hair or hairless is gonna make it look any better.
Oh, right. For a guy who hates women and pussies and stuff, you are a pretty generous lover. For you to go down on the person that you hate,
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Yeah.
I'm so happy Denzel doesn't eat any women out in this movie because this is a thing I'm noticing in a lot of movies since like Gone Girl. They have a scene where the guy is like, "No, I'm going to go down on you."
Yeah.
And it's like, okay, like what is this new thing?
Remember Harry Styles is in that movie, the Don't Worry Baby movie? And then the big first sex scene is like, I only watched a little bit of it, but he was immediately just like eating out Florence Pugh's pussy.
It happens in Sinners also.
But Harry Styles also has a famous song about eating pussy. But it's like, I would start getting self-conscious about if I was like the eating pussy. Like, what's his deal? What, he's like scared to fuck or something? He's only eating pussy.
I just keep seeing it. And I just think it's repetitive. I don't really care. I don't really think about it like that.
It's one part of the lovemaking process.
Yeah, we got other moves, people.
I mean, don't you like to get blown before you fuck? I mean, I'm sure they feel the same way.
Of course, but to make that the focal point of every sex scene is like,
I see. It's boring.
And it's like he's a good guy.
Yeah, yeah.
They do this thing where he's such a good guy.
I like it in movies when they have to, like, for the economy of the scene, they have to make it, kind of wrap it up. So the guy just is like busting like right away, basically. I like when that happens in movies, like extremely short sex scenes. To
Jackie
make it
Brown.
Just like, oh,
that was hot. That was hot, though.
That's passion.
Yeah.
I also like that too because it's like the first time he's not what. Imagine if Robert De Niro ate out Bridget Fonda in that scene. It's like, oh, can I go down on you? It's been a while.
Imagine getting out of jail and getting to fuck Bridget Fonda immediately. That's awesome.
That is pretty cool.
Bridget Fonda now or then?
Either way, fellas. You know who made sure that he had a good long sex scenes was Tommy Wiseau. The sex scenes are like so long. But they are like realistically long in his defense. He's like, I'm not going to have bust immediately.
Several times too.
Yeah.
Let me ask you something. In the movie Devil in a Blue Dress, this underground black bar they go to at the beginning, why do you think it's underground? Just because, or because they're not allowed to have black bars or Vice or whatever?
When was Prohibition?
Yeah, that was before.
Way before this.
I thought it was a jazz. I thought this was going to be more like a jazz bar thing.
It's a juke joint. It's a juke joint.
It's like a Southern thing that they brought over, right? Because they're all supposed to be from Texas, and they're always like, I'm like that one lady's moving out. She's like, it's too fast for me here. I gotta go.
I'm just gonna drive this piece of shit truck all the way to Texas.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And that happens when you live in LA. Like people will just like be like, I can't handle it no more. I'm going back to Nebraska.
Losers.
That happens.
I believe it.
You know? Oh man.
Happens every day in Hollywood.
It's too much for me.
It was cool. I love like the long like one-air shots of the street scenes and stuff in this movie that are like have like 100 extras.
And you'll see Denzel Washington in a bar on a second-story building with the cars and shit behind him outside the window, which you never see now. Like today, everything in this movie would have horrible green screen, horrible 3D cars, all this horrible shit. Like this is kind of like the peak of like production on set filmmaking, the mid 90s. This is a studio movie. This isn't even like an indie movie. Like a studio actually made this movie. Like that would never happen today.
It's crazy. That used to be such a big part of it. And then they were just like, nah, let's not do it. That was like the big spectacle draw for the movie was how like big and alive it felt. and they're like, let's not do that.
Yet the movies are still so expensive, even though they cut out that huge expense. You'd think the green screening, all that would be much cheaper.
Yes, Mike. Interesting.
Yeah, what's going on?
Yeah, why are Marvel movies so fucking expensive if the whole thing is stupid green screen?
Because they make them so quickly.
Oh, they have to pay what, a big team of people, you're saying? Like hiring more people?
Yeah, and they shoot a lot of scenes that are deleted, and they shoot a lot of. It's just a sloppy way of working when you need like everything now. I don't know.
Right.
Why does Joker 2 cost $200 million? Like, I could not tell you. I mean, it's time. I couldn't fucking tell you at all. So
it was cool when he was like at the end when he goes to Compton and you see like 1940s Compton and there's like a horse and shit.
Yeah, it looks like a shanty town.
Yeah. Or it just looks like the South, honestly. That's what a lot of the South looks like.
Looks like something out of 12 Years as a Slave.
Also, like in Heat, when they shoot on Terminal Island, which is like, I don't know, by Long Beach or something. And you see like a horse-drawn carriage with like Mexican kids on it. Michael Mann's like, that was there by the chop shop at the beginning. It's like, really? That's crazy. That also happens in Chinatown in the river. So that's like a cool thing in LA. If you make an LA movie, you gotta have a horse-drawn carriage in one shot.
They're all over the place in LA.
You need like blacks and Latinos just like wandering through the background because it's the Wild West out here.
Yeah. I saw Jay Leno fucking driving a horse and buggy in Glendale. He's got lots of cars. So he's got a lot of different types of cars. Even the horse cars.
This dude, what's his name? Dupree. He lives in a pretty shitty neighborhood. He has a pretty fucked up house.
Yeah, and he probably rents that shack.
And he's all sad because his chick is dead, but they get him drunk and then they steal her Bible with the nude kid photos. Now, here's the big question that I'm wondering. Maybe they explained it. I kind of half watched this movie today because I was working at the same time.
Same.
Where did this lady get $7,000 to buy these photos? That's a fuck ton of money. Yeah. Is that the money she got from the mayor kicking her out, like saying like go away?
Yeah, maybe he's like
didn't say
the payoff.
She's a politician's girlfriend or whatever. You know what I mean?
And he's like, "We'll give you $7,000," because he says, "I thought she was hundreds of miles away." So maybe he gave her, like, his family was rich. They gave her money to go away. And then she's like, no, I'm going to use this money to take down the other mayoral candidate. Then we can be together. But then at the end of the movie, we find out he's like, I can't be with you. Like, you solved all the problems. You fixed everything. My family won't like it. So I'm not going to be with you. Bye.
I thought that she got the money from Carter to get the photos. Like he was using her as a way to get the photos to blackmail him. But no. The part about him thinking, the part about him thinking she was hundreds of miles away kind of screws up that theory. So,
but maybe he was lying. Maybe he's covering.
Yeah, maybe. Thank you. Yeah, maybe. Yeah.
She definitely got the money from him and his family. And he probably said, like, I want to be with you, but, you know, blah, blah, blah. So he probably was lying to her because she seems really disappointed that she can't be with him at the end. So can you imagine that?
Fine.
Yeah. Why didn't he just say she's not black? I mean, who's gonna? Did they have like birth certificates or something to prove that she's half Creole?
Yes, they have birth certificates in America.
Yeah, I mean, what the hell?
He's got.
Well, also it also makes him susceptible to blackmail and other people fucking with him as a mayor, the police chief, and all the people who have to work for him.
There was a lot of fucked up stuff going on with race. I think what this movie is saying.
Also, though, like, why even be mayor? You're rich. Who cares? What are you going to do? Fix LA? It's 1948. What am I going to do? You're just going to like tear down half the people's homes to build a freeway that cuts across the center.
He wants to be the guy that does that. That's his dream.
You could say the same thing about the mayor of San Francisco now, right? He's super rich. Why would he want that job? Because they lust after power.
What? Why?
Yes.
Lust. I like
Just
that word.
everyone's lusting for it. So
The mayor of
I'd
San
love to
Francisco,
lust.
they said he would have a meeting with like the head of, I can never fucking remember. It's either BlackRock or Blackstone.
Oh,
He has
good.
a meeting with one of them, and then literally the next day they're like, we're pouring $100 million into this commercial real estate property downtown, and we're gonna have like our new headquarters here. Like, as he's cleaning up the city, getting rid of all the homeless, because that's his thing, is like, let's just get rid of the homeless and the trash. There's like tons of multi-billion-dollar companies moving back into the city, and he's like, this is easy. Why didn't the other stupid mayors just like, he said one thing, he was like, he said we have to clean up the bus stops on the weekend, there's trash. And then they're like, but we don't work on the weekend. Well, he's like, well, just fucking work on the weekend. Like, that's when all the tourists are here. Clean up the bus stops, there's trash everywhere. And they're like, okay, fine, God. And then now like the city's like earning like billions of dollars in new business.
But didn't Newsom just change some law within the last 5 years that made it easier to get rid of encampments and get easier to clear people off the streets? That I thought that was a big change.
Did.
That was, and that let the mayor of San Francisco do more shit to poor people.
But I don't know if they can. I don't know if they're doing it in LA as much, but maybe, I don't know. LA's too big. It's like you can't have your finger on the pulse. Like, what's going on in fucking Venice Beach? Like, I never go there.
Right.
I haven't been to Venice, and I don't know.
Mr. Venice Beach, I thought.
That's where I work out, of course, at Gold's Gym.
Yeah, nice.
With your tiny testicles. You're not doing steroids, but as a guy with tiny testicles, you fit right in.
I go to Gold's Gym. I wear a Jim Morrison t-shirt, and I get into a race battle like American History X with the hobos.
Cool.
So
let's see.
What's this bad? What do you think of this gangster? They talk him up all the time, and then it's it's a duke. It's a juke. They duke it out.
Yeah, I thought Frank Green was going to be super cool, and he's in the movie for like 3 minutes. Sucks.
And then who shows up?
No, doesn't even talk.
Mouse, way cooler. It was all just there for Mouse to show up. And then what do you think about the guy cutting the trees in the neighborhood?
I thought he was the one that was going to help Denzel when Green jumped him. I thought it was going to be the tree cutting guy, the retarded tree cutting guy was going to come in and like axe him or something.
I watched this movie twice, and I was like, I don't know why this tree guy is in the movie. Why is this tree guy in the movie?
And he's like trying to cut down random trees for money.
Let me cut your tree down. Yeah. And they're like, no, you can't cut my tree down.
That's a service that people need sometimes.
Yeah, but that's a service you request. You don't just like an
arborist. Cut your tree down.
Yeah, arborists doesn't just walk around the neighborhood asking to cut down trees.
Better ask forgiveness than permission when you're cutting down a person's tree, I feel like.
But I turn on the audio commentary, and the director's like, I invented this character for the screenplay. It wasn't in the book. The reason why this character is in the film is so at the end of the movie, it gets all the neighborhood people out in the street, and they can like interact with him, and it kind of like helps the community feel like a neighborhood. He's just like an annoying guy in the neighborhood, but he's someone that everybody can interact with.
I like it. I love a guy like that.
But it's a very funny detail, and it's very
like a mentally challenged guy that an entire neighborhood like puts up with and stuff.
Yes, and it's cool that he doesn't have to have this like contrived thing of like Randy Quaid in ID4 where he has to like fly his spaceship into the mothership and like save the world. You know, like, oh, the retarded guy saved everything.
That'd been awesome. I thought he was the devil in the blue dress for a little while. I was like, when is this guy going to put on a blue dress? This little devil with cutting the trees down.
Mike, you said something lovely about the ending, that it was a nice neighborhood and everything was going to work out for them there. And
yeah, the future is bright for Compton and
South Central.
Nothing bad ever happened again.
No, they lived happily ever after, clearly.
It's so incredibly bad down there. Like, if you ever go there at night, it's unbelievable. It's unlike anything I've ever seen.
What do you mean?
Helicopters, cop cars, whores, get like just serious.
Worse than Skid Row.
Yes, way worse. It's like the worst parts of Oakland, but way bigger.
Nice.
And it's so hidden. I've never seen anything like it.
Why are you there?
Buy weed?
Buying illegal weed?
No. Why would I go to South Central at night? Come on. No reason.
William.
I had to sell some guns to some young children.
Nice.
Just asking. I like that Denzel. I like that he's like really loves his house. That's like the love interest in the movie, kind of, is like
his property.
I like at the end of how he's talking about he's gonna go get into real estate with his $3,000, buy a house back then for $1,000 or something.
That's what, boomer shit. That's some boomer shit.
You could. My grandmother bought My grandmother bought her house in Santa Clara for $1,100. It was worth like over like $1 million now. Like now it's probably worth like $2 million. A lot.
It's kind of annoying, honestly.
Now I pay $1,700 to rent a studio in Santa Clara.
A month. You love it, and you're grateful.
Computers, baby.
You wouldn't change a thing.
Well,
hey guys, where are all the white women at?
I love that line. That was so cool that
he says that at the bar.
Yeah, the Blazing Saddles line.
Yeah, what's the deal with it? So,
he's looking for a white lady, Daphne.
Yeah, but he's saying a line from Blazing Saddles, a movie that has not come out yet.
Maybe black people have said that.
They have black people always say that?
Maybe. I don't know. The movie's written by Richard Pryor. Maybe Richard Pryor heard from someone else.
No, I'm saying Devil in a Blue Dress takes place before Blazing Saddles has come out.
And I'm saying Richard Pryor wrote Blazing Saddles. Maybe he was just using a phrase that he had heard.
I see. Okay. All right.
What
did you hear when you were in Compton at night, William? Did you hear anybody say that?
No one was looking for white ladies that night.
You should have gone there and then said, where are all the black women at?
I had a gun and I threatened all the people, like Tom Sizemore on the Malibu Pier.
That's cool.
They're like, whoa, this white guy is crazy.
You're like, let me suck your dicks. Let me suck all. You're pointing your gun at a bunch of black guys. You're like, let me suck all your dick.
Where's the hot chocolate?
That's what you said.
Denzel in that scene is like, I don't think I want this guy to suck my dick.
Oh, yeah. He's not stopping him, though.
I don't think I like this Tom Sizemore character that I put all my trust in, who now owns me.
It's cool. I like that the movie does a good job of making him like a reluctant bad guy where he's like kind of tied in with this Tom Sizemore thing. And then, because he's like not a bad guy, but he's like kind of like looped in with this bad guy now.
But he knows he's doing a bad thing from the beginning too. But it's just like, well, I'll just get it done, and I need the money.
It's the economy, man. But also, it's cool. I was thinking like, it's a cool thing to like for this movie because it's like about race shit. That it's like cool to have a detective on a case, but he has the law like actively working against him and wanting to like
when the black people, or like when he goes to the hills at night and he's scared because he's driving a white lady, and then the cops just treat him like complete shit when they arrest him that one night.
They tell him that they will like pin the murder on him.
Yeah,
basically. So
double murders.
It's pretty cool. It's just making like regular black folk shit that they deal with, like turning into detective stuff.
Think about how cool it is for the cops to go like, okay, look, we know you didn't commit the murder. We're going to blame the murder on you unless you solve the murder for us and get all the information. And then we can just go home and sleep.
That's a good cop move, honestly.
You can solve the case while we get drunk or whatever we do.
That's why they're pros.
So it's good to delegate like that.
Yeah, they're just good. It's good management qualities.
Mm-hmm.
Time management.
They get shit done.
Results. That's what they want, is results.
Best part of the entire movie, of course, is it's either two parts with Mouse. It's one where he wakes up drunk and he points the gun at Denzel. And he's like, I'm going to kill this. And Denzel's like, don't do that. Don't do that. And he's pointing the gun at Denzel going like, I'm going to kill this guy. Like he's
That's
like
not what you said the first time.
He's
That's
like seeing double.
The first time.
He's seeing double.
You didn't say guy.
I'm quoting a character.
Yeah.
William.
It's the line from the movie.
And then he goes and he's like, all right, I am drunk. I'm tired. And then the other part is when they kidnap Poppy, because it turns out Poppy had done some hits for them. And Mouse is about to shoot Poppy, and Denzel's like, don't shoot that guy. He can take us to get $7,000. He's like, oh my God. Oh my God. We got to get that money. We got to get
freaking out. Dude, what's the equivalent of that? Let's do the math for today's,
It's like $100,000, I think.
Yeah, I would shit my pants if that happened.
Oh my God. And then at the end, Mouse has the other great line where he's like, I need to make some money with you. He's like, let's hang out again. That was fun.
Yeah.
Oh, Mouse. But also Mouse murders Poppy in an act of cold violence that Denzel's very disturbed by. He just like strangled him. He's like, well, I couldn't like watch him and help you.
He's like,
I didn't have time to tie him up.
I had to kill the guy to help you.
I didn't shoot him. Yeah, okay. I didn't shoot him like you said.
The studio wanted a big star for Mouse because Don Cheadle wasn't famous yet. This is before Boogie Nights. They wanted Damon Wayans or Spike Lee or Delroy Lindo.
Ooh, Delroy Lindo would have been tight.
Delroy Lindo would have crushed it.
That's what this movie reminds me of, the first like 30 minutes of Malcolm X, but just an entire movie of that, and it's fucking cool.
Oh yeah, with the zoot suits and shit.
Yeah, the old-timey cars, soft pack cigarettes, old-timey lighters. It's cool.
The hair dye that burns.
Yes.
That guy's in Malcolm X, Odell, the church guy.
Yeah.
I didn't realize he's in Apocalypse Now. He's the fucking chief.
Yeah, he's way skinnier.
He looks totally different.
Yeah.
That's cool. I never really thought about what happened to that actor. That's Cambodia.
One look at you, I know it's gonna be hot.
He gets a spear in the chest.
A spear.
That'd be a cool way to get killed.
On a boat, one by one.
Just like right in your, and then you're like, oh, and you fall in the bed. There's a big splash, and then like an alligator eats your body.
Who else? Cool. Who else gets it? I mean, Lawrence Fishburne gets shot. What happens to Chef?
Chef gets beheaded by Marlon Brando.
Oh yeah, what happened to Chef?
Did he live?
I think Clean's the only guy that. Oh no, Clean is
dies while his mother's voicemail is playing.
It's the white guy with the puppy. He's the only one that lives. The idiot,
the surfer.
Yeah,
Sam
Lance Johnson.
Yeah, one of the great surfers. They were high in that movie.
No, Dennis Hopper. No.
Yeah.
Is Coppola smoking weed on that movie?
Oh yeah. Cheating on his wife. He cheated on his wife with who was documenting the whole thing. He cheated on his wife with the Playboy girls, the blonde one with the cowboy outfit. He fucked her.
Is that in the documentary?
I can't remember. That's one of the best documentaries ever made.
I think a lot about when he that behind the scenes footage of Megalopolis when he's with the megaphone at that big like party scene, and he's like, if I come up to you and touch you and kiss you,
it's only for my pleasure.
Yeah, it's only for my pleasure.
It's such a drunken stone thing to say. One of the creepiest things they say in the movie in Devil in Blue Dress is when they kidnap Jennifer Beals and they're like, is your arm black? Is your foot black? And they're like, they're gonna like brand her with like a hot poker.
Yeah,
that's pretty fucked up.
So is Jennifer Beals? What's her body like? I couldn't really get a sense of it in this movie.
Well, you know what it's like from Flashdance, right?
And Flashdance and stuff.
Why didn't you just Google Jennifer Beal naked?
I never saw Flashdance either.
Are you doing that right now, William?
She's tall, you know.
You still got to tell him what to do.
She's very tall.
William,
tall and thin.
This is what I was hoping for.
She still looks pretty good.
I'm like the 60? detective right now, and you're
These are old.
This is like work for me.
This is like 90s stuff. It's easy to be a detective. You just Google.
Yeah. No, you got another guy to Google for you.
Who's that? That's what's her face.
Oh, it's yeah, that movie. One lady.
What is this? The L Word? You never saw Flashdance?
I did not. She has she has nice small titties, which is something I don't normally like.
Really?
Yeah.
I'm surprised that's why you're so fascinating, Mike, because we never know what you're going to like.
Yeah. She has a really cute face and her titties are nice.
Do you just hate white women?
Not necessarily white. But yes.
You told me before that you hate white women.
I do. I guess I did.
Who hurt
She's
you?
half black, and I think you like that.
Who's the white lady who hurt you?
Because she's a tall, skinny lady with no tits.
Oh, Jennifer Beals is actually half black?
Yeah.
That's cool. I'm just asking. She's like Key and Peele.
And Obama.
And I'm seeing some Key and Peele's titties right now, basically.
Did she even do the real dance scene in Flashdance? Because I'm watching the scene and it's like in silhouette and she's like leaping in the air. I think that's a body double.
Is this what strip clubs? This is what they used to do. They used to like dance really intensely.
It's like Showgirls, she's like a dancer, but she strips at night. So that's how she makes money, but she really wants to go to like
dance school.
Yeah, it's like fucking stupid.
Be a professional dancer.
What if you're like, I'm gonna get a lap dance, and then you got a lap dance, and the lady's just like crushing your pelvis and like doing jumping splits and just
pulls out a welder's mask.
Yeah,
starts welding. I don't know, man. That'd be crazy.
That'd be pretty crazy.
Professional dancers' bodies get all fucked up. Their feet get all fucked up. It's hard on your body to do that.
Yeah, you talk about the Chinese foot binding.
Talk about like ballerinas' feet.
Well, they're also all completely insane. So that's a nice element too. So you get the fucked up body with the fucked up mind.
Yeah, that's the total package.
When they're told at 19 that, hey, you're completely over the hill and this is never going to happen. You're fat. Your life. Yeah, you're fat. You weigh 100 pounds.
Disgusting.
Do some cocaine at 17.
You know what 16. You should do? You should become a prostitute. Now, Mike, you said this was better than all the cop movies we watched.
Yeah. Ooh. It was more interesting. Yeah, I don't know. The cops in this movie were bad. I like that. I don't know.
What about Black Rain, your favorite movie?
I don't know that it's better than Internal Affairs.
Michael Douglas is not hitting anybody's spot in Black Rain.
Yes.
That's one of my main issues with it. He never sleeps with Kate Capshaw.
Michael Douglas be eating pussy. That's that guy. That character, he's definitely a guy that's like eats pussy for way too long, so he can get out of like.
He got cancer.
Yeah, he definitely did. He got pussy eating cancer
from the best.
He was the OG.
One of the best looking ladies.
Yeah, that's cool. It's cool.
There's clearly
Gilbert Godfrey Joe.
She's clearly Latina. I don't know why they say she's Welsh or whatever. She's clearly a Latina woman.
Sorry, Mike. This is a point for us. I whites.
Think she looks part Middle Eastern.
Yeah,
I could see that.
I'm part Welsh.
Cool.
So,
you have a nice ass like Catherine Zeta-Jones.
Yeah, I got some nice titties.
God, her plastic surgery is so crazy. You see photos of her when she's young. I mean, she's like a totally different person.
Sad.
So cool. Maybe that's one reason why you're confused, Mike, is that she's had so much plastic surgery. She doesn't even look like herself anymore.
It would be cool, if you were like an aging lady and stuff, to just make your face completely different. Make your face look like John Travolta. Face Off style. You know what I'm saying?
This is when she's young?
Yeah, this is like, she's
Latina.
She looks like a gypsy. She's Latina.
She looks Mexican.
But also, like, what about Dua Lipa? She's Albanian.
And there is another skinny white woman that I do think is very attractive. She has no body, and she's hot though. I guess her face is just hot enough.
She's sensuous.
This podcast is a good catalog of what Mike finds attractive.
Well, the man is,
This will be whoa.
He's a man of taste,
That'll be the lasting impact of this podcast. People will know forever, for the rest of history, what Mike finds and does not find attractive.
Latinas are the hottest. We all know that. It's just a statement of fact. Eastern European women, a lot of women people like, but we know Latinas are the hottest. It's just the way it is.
I think it's mixed races.
Oh,
that's the special recipe that William's saying.
And it's hard to like
Lenny Kravitz.
But all
half
that
black,
shit
half white.
Yeah, he's really hot.
He's hot as fuck.
Mario Van Peebles, maybe.
Yeah.
I don't know. Rashida Jones. She's one
inbred.
Her mother is hotter than her. That's like one of those where it didn't work out as well. I mean, she's a pretty actress, but like her mother is way hotter.
Who's her mama?
Peggy Lipton.
January Jones.
From the Mod Squad and Twin Peaks.
Oh, nice, Mike. I get it now.
I hate January Jones. I hate that bitch.
Why?
I just find her so fucking annoying. I don't know why. And
You're not a big Mad Men fan?
She's married to Bobby Flay, and I just do not like her. I don't know why. Just something about her irks me.
Skinny white
weird
lady?
that she's married to Bobby Flay.
I also don't like Bobby Flay, so maybe that's part of it too.
I would love to see January Jones and the White Lotus if you're listening, Mike White.
She was on that show Last Man on Earth, and I just couldn't stand her. I just could not stand her. I don't like that Bobby Flay show is where he comes to your town and he like tries to outcook you. And what a fucking dick. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. That's a good move. Yeah.
It's like, I'm going to go to
You should get like tarred and feathered at the end of each episode.
I agree. Now, Guy Fieri, that guy's awesome.
He's going and making the chefs look good. You know what I'm saying?
Yes. You notice he never has a bad thing to say about anybody. Even that dude that stole his car, he said, the kids, got he doesn't talk bad about him. He never talks bad about him. The worst thing he'll say is like, this food's good.
Yeah. If he says that, you're fucked.
Yeah.
He just says your food is good.
If it's out of bounds or off the hook, you're up there.
But isn't he just lying? I don't trust him on his taste.
It's okay though. It's what's wrong with lying and saying the food is good and the restaurant's good and just being he's
making a TV show.
He's very positive.
And he's supporting small businesses that are popular.
Yeah.
There's no drama.
But then why is it so watchable? This is the one show that defies all of the rules of drama.
He shows how they make it, right? Like he'll go in the kitchen and like, this is how they make the chili, and then they pour all the shit in the fucking giant vat.
Hold on, you don't watch Triple D, like when you're at a hotel?
I don't have cable and I don't go to hotels.
What about when you're in Japan?
Yeah, on vacation. Let's stay inside and watch Triple D.
I love that show.
It's great.
I used to have it as my ringtone on my phone.
What?
Have you ever eaten at a restaurant from that show?
I have. I can't remember which ones, but yes, I have specifically picked out restaurants on that show and gone to them.
I've eaten one. It had like a spray painted thing of Guy's silhouette, and it said Guy was here or something like that.
I ate at the Oinkster. He did the Oinkster in LA. He probably did the Apple Pan.
Anyway.
They're just burger places. Ratings. What's our ratings? I gave it 4.5 stars. I really kicked it up the second watch. I was like, this movie's really fucking good. This screenplay is really good. And also, like, the things I thought were kind of weak are like, I like it more. Like, when I realized, like, I always thought the ending was a little disappointing. But
yeah, I kind of was confused by the ending, honestly.
But when I realized, like, oh, wait, like, her being black is just as bad as the guy being a pedophile, like that, those like that really has weight to it when you think about it. It's like, oh, that's the message.
I'm gonna go 4 stars. It really drew me in. I was interested, and it was kind of like I liked it was really dark and kind of seedy. And then also Tom Sizemore's performance was just so good. I didn't realize what a really good actor he was, and that definitely kicked it up a notch. I liked Internal Affairs better, which is why I'm going to give this one 4 and not 4.5, but a solid 4.
Yeah, 4 stars.
All righty. 4.5 or 4.
What's next week?
It really hit my spot. This movie.
What?
Let's just say this movie really hit all of our spots.
I don't know. I forgot what next week is.
Okay, you guys ever have your? You guys ever hit your spot? Get your spots hit?
No, I have not.
We got them.
Women have all these things. They have spots, and they're like,
no, we got a spot too.
I feel it in my body. I feel it all over. I feel it. I feel it's like I'm being
you
tingly.
got a spot, William.
I have a cum hole, and it just squirts, and I'm like, yay.
No, you got the male G spot.
Yeah, but it's in your butthole.
That's like a God's trick.
It's bullshit.
That's where the poo comes out.
Yeah.
And my asshole is pretty gross.
True.
End of show.